My name is Mia. I'm in my 50s, living alone since my husband passed away from a heart attack a few years ago. My son, Mason, got married and moved out. While I don't want him to live with me, I do feel lonely sometimes. Part of the reason I didn't want him to stay was because I've seen how difficult relationships between mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law can be. My own mother was harassed, and it made me cautious. I wasn't very close to my grandmother either, so I understand family conflicts well. To be honest, I don't get along with Mason's wife, Emily. She often speaks in a way that feels superior, and I felt we weren't a good match. Here's what happened the first time I met her. During a family meeting, Mason introduced her. "This is my fiancée, Emily. Isn't she beautiful, Mom?" he said. "Nice to meet you, Emily," I replied politely. "I'm glad Mason is getting married. Let's have coffee and chat." Emily smiled and said, "Thank you," as I offered some snacks. I brought out a cheesecake I'd made. "Did you make this, Mia?" Emily asked. "Yes, it's my signature cheesecake. I hope you like it," I replied. Emily took a bite and frowned. "Handmade sweets seem so poor," she said. Then, she laughed. Mason joined in, saying, "Mom loves making everything by hand. It's kind of funny." I was stunned. I'd always loved baking and had fed Mason homemade food when he was young. Had he always thought this way? Emily even spit out the cheesecake she'd tasted and laughed again. It was hurtful and rude. Emily, according to Mason, comes from a good family, but her words and actions are often unpleasant. Since their wedding, she always makes sarcastic remarks whenever we meet, which is exhausting. I also don't get along with her parents. Emily's mother, Elizabeth, looks down on me for working at my age. She once said, "It must be tough still working in your 50s. I guess you're not getting much survivor benefits since your husband passed away." I tried to keep calm and responded, "I enjoy working." Elizabeth smirked and continued, "Women are happiest when they're housewives. Working mothers like you probably couldn't give Mason much love." I replied, "That's not true. I loved Mason dearly." But she dismissed me, saying, "Working mothers always cut corners." I'm glad Emily is a proper housewife now. Women should quit their jobs and focus on the household. Elizabeth, though the same age as me, has very old-fashioned views. It's not wrong to be a housewife, but the way she judges others' lifestyles as if she's an expert is annoying. Her husband, Logan, also acts like he's above everyone else, being the president of a mid-sized company. Overall, dealing with Emily and her family has been a tiring experience. I wish Elizabeth would just mind her own business. Somehow, I ended up agreeing to go on a trip with Emily's annoying parents, which has left me confused. It's the year-end holidays, and I had some time off work. Out of the blue, Elizabeth called and invited me on the trip. To make it more awkward, they had already booked a luxury hotel and airline tickets, so I felt like I had no choice but to go along with it. On the day of the trip, I arrived at the airport terminal just before the scheduled 10 a.m. meeting time. Soon, Mason, Emily, Logan, and Elizabeth arrived, carrying large bags. "Thank you for inviting me," I said. "I feel a bit guilty, though." Elizabeth waved it off. "Oh, don't mention it. Let's board. Here are the tickets we bought in advance." She handed tickets to everyone, except me. "Oh, sorry, Mia," she said casually. "I forgot to buy your airplane ticket. You'll have to get there by boat. It'll take 10 hours. "What?" I exclaimed, shocked. Emily laughed. "Mom, making Mia take a boat is hilarious. It suits her." Mason added, "We'll wait for you in Los Angeles." I was stunned. "Are you guys really okay with this? You're just leaving me behind?" Elizabeth shrugged. "We won't have any issues. Just remember, if your back hurts from the boat ride, that's not our problem. See you there." As they walked through the gate laughing, I stood there alone, gripping my phone in anger. Why did I have to endure such cruelty? I'd hoped this trip would be a chance to get along better with everyone, but instead, I was being treated like a fool. No, the truth is, I'd been foolish to believe they had good intentions in the first place. I realized Logan and Elizabeth must have planned to bully and exclude me from the beginning. I was furious and thought, I won't let this slide. I'll get back at them and make sure they can't retaliate. Muttering to myself, I must have looked like an angry old lady as I walked home, my face tight with frustration. When I got home, I put my phone aside, quickly finished some work, and took a short nap. After I woke up, I noticed my phone was flooded with WhatsApp notifications. Curious, I checked, and all the messages were from Elizabeth. I'd turned off notifications while sleeping, so I hadn't noticed them earlier. When I called her back, Elizabeth answered, furious. How dare you do that to me, she yelled. What are you talking about? I replied. Don't act innocent. You uploaded that conversation online, didn't you? Oh, you mean the short video? Yeah, it's going viral. It's even trending on major forums now, I said calmly. What did you just say? Elizabeth was outraged. There's even a thread calling me the evil witch aunt. And it's already up to part 10. Where do they get off calling me that? I'm a classy and refined lady. You didn't realize you were mean? That's the real issue here, I said flatly. Elizabeth continued her rant. Thanks to you, I've been bombarded with messages from friends who saw that video. It's ruining my vacation. Oh, is that so? I replied, feigning concern. But let's be clear, the one at fault here is you, Elizabeth. I just uploaded the audio. And no, it wasn't illegal or anything. Elizabeth was furious. You're the real evil witch. You're just jealous, because you're not as wealthy as I am. You envy everything about me, don't you? I kept calm. Actually, I'm not envious at all. But Elizabeth, you're the one being deceived by Logan. She paused, shocked. What do you mean? She demanded. My late husband cherished me deeply, but Logan? He has someone more important to him than you. What are you talking about? His affair partner, I said bluntly. What? Elizabeth's voice wavered. The real reason for this trip was so Logan could secretly meet a woman there, I explained. Elizabeth was speechless. I knew about Logan's affair because the woman had posted videos with him on a site I often browse. She appeared to be in her late 20s, not much older than their daughter, Emily. It was disturbing to see such a relationship. While I couldn't post explicit details online, the linked blog painted a clear picture. It was full of entries describing their time together, explicitly and shamelessly. I sent the blog link to Elizabeth. Go ahead, read it, I said. Elizabeth opened the link, and soon I could hear her screaming in horror. It was almost unbearable. Apparently, Logan had told her he was taking a short walk, but instead, he'd gone to meet the woman. While Elizabeth was still on the phone with me, Logan returned to the hotel room. Oh, what a lovely view I just saw on my walk, Logan said casually. Elizabeth snapped. Where were you? Were you really just walking alone? Yes, of course. Did you want to come next time? Logan said nervously. Don't lie to me. What's this diary I'm reading? You were with the woman who wrote it, weren't you? Well, Logan stammered. Explain yourself, Elizabeth shouted. Why is your affair partner here? Look, it's not what it seems. I met her during a business trip. We had drinks, and we got friendly, but it's nothing serious. Logan tried to defend himself. Nothing serious? This diary says otherwise. You're disgusting, Elizabeth yelled. Then Logan blurted out something shocking. Well, Mason did the same thing. Wait, what? Elizabeth froze. Logan suddenly spilled the beans. Mason was at the bar with me, drinking and flirting with women. After that, we both went to that kind of place. Elizabeth was shocked. What did you just say, Mason? What does this mean? Emily turned to Mason, furious. Is this true? Mason tried to defend himself. Emily, calm down. I didn't do anything. I was just drinking with a woman. That's all. Logan smirked. Oh no, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. Mason panicked. Why are you dragging me into this? I'm your son-in-law. Defend me. Logan shot back. Shut up. This is all your mother's fault. Emily was devastated. Mason, I thought we were happy, and now I find out you've been lying to me? It turned out Logan and Mason's companies had a business relationship, so they often spent time together. However, their business trips were more than they seemed. During one trip, both companies had run into trouble and had to apologize to a client. Conveniently, the client was located in the same area as their vacation spot. After handling the apology, Logan and Mason decided to drink, flirt with women, and have secret relationships. This wasn't a one-time thing, they'd been visiting privately multiple times. Emily's voice shook with anger. So when you two said you were surfing and snorkeling together, that was a lie? Mason looked cornered. Well, what about the mountain climbing? Emily pressed. That was a lie too, Mason admitted. Emily exploded. This is too much. I can't believe this. Mason tried to shift the blame. See, I didn't do anything worse than Logan. Logan laughed. Oh, Mason, we both know what you've done. Don't make me spill all the details. Mason begged. Please don't say anything more. I was shocked. Mason wasn't just my son-in-law, but someone Logan seemed to admire. To think they'd both been going there repeatedly to meet women disgusted me. Even this supposed family vacation to Los Angeles was just a cover to meet their mistresses. The thought made me sick. Realizing how much of a fool I'd been for trusting these people, I felt pathetic, but before I could process it further, Elizabeth started yelling on the phone again. "This mess is your fault, Mia. Apologize." "No," I replied firmly, "I won't apologize." Elizabeth was furious. "You're just jealous, because you're poor. You're trying to ruin my family. You're a demon." I snapped back. "If anyone's a demon, it's you, Elizabeth. Haven't you been flirting with a young man yourself?" Elizabeth faltered. "What? That's ridiculous. One of your employees told me you approached him and," I trailed off, letting her panic set in. Elizabeth was shocked when I revealed the truth. "Wait, your company's employee? What do you mean?" she stammered. "Yes," I replied calmly, "I'm the CEO of XX Foods. You may have thought I was just a part-timer, but I actually run the place." Elizabeth gasped. "The famous XX Foods? You're the CEO?" "Yes, I worked my way up and now lead the company. I'm far from struggling, and I certainly don't envy you, especially not after what you did to one of my employees." Elizabeth's face turned pale. "I didn't do anything wrong." I crossed my arms. "Really? You approached him while he was cleaning the entrance and made him deeply uncomfortable. He told me what you did, and frankly, it was completely inappropriate." Elizabeth began to panic. "Oh no. I'll apologize, please. I swear it won't happen again." "It's not up to me to forgive you," I said coldly. "That's up to my employee." Elizabeth had been harassing Alexander, a young man on cleaning duty at my company. She would show up every Monday when he was scheduled and behave inappropriately toward him. Alexander didn't know how to respond since she was an older woman and feared any reaction might backfire. The stress eventually took a toll on him, and he went on leave. When Alexander emailed me photos and explained the situation, I was furious. I decided to act. With Alexander's consent, I forwarded his photos and story to Logan via WhatsApp. Chaos erupted. Logan shouted at Elizabeth, "What were you thinking, going after a younger man? You're a disgrace." Elizabeth tried to deflect. "It wasn't just me, he had a part in it too." Logan didn't buy it. "Stop lying, you're nothing but a creepy old stalker." But Elizabeth fired back. "Oh, you're one to talk. You've been having an affair too, and don't forget, you owe me hundreds of thousands in alimony." Logan smirked. "You're not getting a dime from me. I don't need you either." Elizabeth snapped. "Wait, Emily, don't call me that," Logan growled, cutting her off. What followed was a massive argument at the luxury hotel in Los Angeles. Eventually, Logan and Elizabeth divorced. Logan had been unfaithful, so Elizabeth received alimony. However, she didn't get to keep it for long. Alexander sued her for harassment and won damages, which essentially meant Elizabeth had to use her alimony to pay him. Later, Elizabeth came to me, asking for a job. "Please, I need work," she pleaded. I refused. "I don't need someone like you causing trouble." As for my family, my son divorced Emily after it came to light she was pregnant, but not with his child. Their relationship was a mess, and my son's actions disappointed me deeply. I wondered where I went wrong raising him, but I reminded myself he was an adult and responsible for his own choices. Now that I've had my revenge, I'm ready to focus entirely on my work as a CEO. The future is mine to shape.